Howdy and welcome to StuAct Online, the Organization Management and Resource Center hosted by the Department of Student Activities at Texas A&M University. Today we're going to show you how to get started and take advantage of all the features on our site. Since StuAct Online uses the TAMU NetID system to personalize your experience on the website, your first step will be logging in with your NetID. From the StuAct Online homepage, you can do this by clicking the Login button. You will be taken to a page that looks different from the rest of StuAct Online. This is where you will log in with your NetID and password. If you have forgotten your password, you can reset it from this page as well. If this is your first time logging into StuAct Online, you'll be taken to a page where you can set up your personal profile. Your personal profile contains basic contact information that will be used to identify you to your organization and our department, as well as some basic options for personalization. The information in your personal profile is kept protected and can only be seen by department staff and officers of your organizations. You can edit your personal profile again at any time by clicking the My Profile link at the top of every page. Your StuAct Online profile also contains other useful pieces of information that relate to your account. If you've completed the Strengths Quest program, you can visit the Strengths tab to view and edit your top 5 strengths. The Training tab shows you any training credit you've already received from our department and notifies you if you still have requirements to meet. The History tab gives you a detailed log of any activity associated with your account or your position in a student organization. Once you've logged in and set up your profile, visit the StuAct Online homepage by clicking the Home link on the top menu or just click the department's name. The homepage is personalized to your account. It connects you to any organizations you're already associated with and alerts you of any actions you need to complete on the site. If you haven't already associated your account with a student organization, you can do that from the homepage by clicking the Add an Organization button on the homepage. This will take you to a page where you can type in the full name or part of the name of the organization and find it in the database. For example, we're going to search for the test organization. You'll see here that the test organization shows up as one of the results. Click the name of the group and you'll be taken to a page where you can choose the position you currently fill. If someone else is already filling the position you hold with the group, you can still submit the request, and if it's approved, you will automatically replace the previous person in that position. At this point, StuAct Online also checks your eligibility to serve as a student leader. If you're ineligible to fill a student officer position with a group, you'll be notified on this page, along with an explanation of what might have caused you to be ineligible and what steps you can take to resolve the issue. If you're an advisor, you can safely disregard this notice and continue the process. Once your request is submitted, it must be approved for you to gain access to manage the organization. Requests follow an approval hierarchy. General officer requests are approved by student leaders leader requests are approved by advisors, and advisor requests are approved by the Department of Student Activities. The group who can approve your request is automatically notified as soon as it is submitted, and once they have logged in and approved or declined your request, you will be notified via email. Once you're associated with a student organization, it will appear on your StuAct Online homepage under the My Organizations section. You will see the name of the group, your position in it, its current recognition status, and any important messages that relate to your role with the group. Just like your own personal profile, every organization has a profile where you can manage its information, roster, website, and more. To access this profile, click the name of the group on the StuAct Online homepage. The organization's Home tab gives you much of the same information that you see about the group on the StuAct Online homepage, except with greater detail. You'll notice a series of gray tabs across the top of the page, similar to the tabs on your personal profile. Depending on your role within the group, the number of tabs you can see will vary, but the tab on the far right will always show your position within the organization you're reviewing. You can click this tab to view more information about your position or to submit a request to change it. Let's go through each of these tabs and what you can do with them. Much of the information is also available on the right sidebar of the pages themselves, along with a phone number or email address of someone you can contact with any questions relating to that page. Some pages contain large amounts of information, so we've split them up into sub-tabs, which you can navigate by clicking the gray bars on the left side of the page. The Profile tab contains the information that the public sees when they search for your organization on our website. As part of our annual recognition process, we require that you keep this information up to date so that people wanting to find out more about your group have accurate information. This tab also contains the group's Org Match profile, where you can optionally provide more details about the group to make it easier for prospective members to find your group using the Org Match system. The Org Match system gives users a questionnaire about their interests and what kind of group they're looking for, and matches them to the groups that are the closest matches. The Recognition tab gives you a detailed breakdown of the annual recognition process and how your organization is progressing in each of its requirements. Under each category you will find an icon. A red X means that the group doesn't currently meet the requirement. A yellow alert sign means some action is required by your group or our staff, and a green check mark means that your group meets that requirement. In order for your organization to maintain recognized status, all of these categories must show green check marks. The Roster tab shows your current organization leadership as seen by our system. Advisors, leaders, and officers are tracked on this page, but for privacy reasons members are not. If there are any pending requests to fill officer positions that you can approve, you will see them at the top of this tab. This tab also contains other tools for managing people listed on the roster. Using buttons next to each person, you can add or remove them from the SOFC signature card, a card that contains the signatures of every leader who is authorized to conduct financial transactions for the group. Some positions are required to be listed on the card, so you will not see a button next to these positions. If you are a student leader or advisor, you will see a button next to some positions that will let you remove them from the roster. There are also buttons above the roster, including Add an Officer, which lets you manually add somebody to the roster, Change Position Names, which lets you give each position an informal name that will show up next to the real position name anywhere on the website, Special Permissions, where you can give general officers access to pages they wouldn't otherwise be able to see, and Download Roster, which provides you with an Excel spreadsheet of the current roster. At the bottom of this page you will see the Roster Archive. Clicking any position will show you all of the officers who have ever filled that position since StuAct Online launched. The Finances tab gives you access to the resources provided to your organization by our department's Student Organization Finance Center. From this tab you can access the previous statements for your organization and print your SOFC signature card. StuAct Online will automatically fill in the information it knows about each position on your roster for the signature card, so in most cases you will only need to print, sign, and turn it in. The Web and Email tab gives you access to the free web hosting resources provided to your organization by our department's Information Technology team. If you don't already have a web account set up for your group, you can request one from this page. As part of our hosting plan, student organizations are given a domain name, such as yourgroup.tamu.edu, where you can host a website and set up email addresses, forwarders, mailing lists, and more. The web hosting and email access sub-tabs of this page correspond to these options and give you all the information you need to manage each of these areas. If your group wants a website but isn't familiar with the necessary software or just doesn't want to go through the trouble of putting one together, our department now offers an easier alternative called the Drupal Content Management System. Using this system, your group can have an A&M themed website with videos, photo galleries, calendars, members-only pages, and more right out of the box, with no software or web design experience required. This system is offered free of charge by our department. You can sign up for it by visiting the Drupal site sub-tab. If your group already has Drupal set up, you can visit this same sub-tab to customize or log into your website. The Resources tab shows you any additional features that are available. This includes links to departmental forms, extra resource pages, and the organization's history, which, similar to your personal profile's history, shows a full log of every action related to the organization. Last, we have the Files tab. This tab contains any files that have been uploaded and associated with the organization. Anytime you upload a file to this page, it's visible to all future organization officers and leaders. This makes this feature very useful for carrying over transitional material between officers, such as constitutions, operation manuals, organization rosters, or completed forms like the pre-event planning form. Thank you for watching this Getting Started Guide to StuAct Online. If you have any other questions, click the Help link on the top menu to see frequently asked questions and contact information for our department.